Hi, folks, and welcome back to the Star Wars Library, where Star Wars is in print. Now, today we're going to be talking about a brand new kind of Star Wars story, or a new kind of Star Wars comic book, which is exciting. We've been doing a lot of Marvel lately, and we're almost to the end, but there are some other things that come around in this era. So we are in 1985, and we are in a new series that's written by, or at least a first issue, by David Manock. Now, this new series is called Ewoks, and you can find it, or at least the way I have it, which is in the omnibus by Dark Horse, Droids and Ewoks. These are stories based on the cartoons from the 1980s. This is a great omnibus here, by the way. All the stories here are very hard to find, so this is a great way to collect them. So, Lucasfilm in 1985 put out two animated series. They put out the Droids, which only had one season, and then one special, and then Ewoks, which had two seasons. There's not really a lot of continuity, though, between these two seasons. So in January, which was 8 months prior to the TV show, we got Ewoks #1. And the story we're going to be talking about is that one issue, Ewoks #1, and it is called The Rainbow Bridge. And this is the cover right here. So with Marvel, we only got 100 at the time, 107 issues, 108 now, but at the time 107. We had 3 annuals. We had the Return of the Jedi limited series, and now we're going in post Return of the Jedi stuff. Marvel is kind of bringing in now a new ongoing series because this was under the Star Comics imprint, which is an offshoot of Marvel, or their imprint, which was Star Comics. And so Star Comics were kind of more aimed towards kids or younger readers, and it was kind of a lot of the cartoony kind of stuff. So hence what you're seeing here. You'll also see that in the Droids comics as well. So it's kind of cool because now we have 2 Star Wars ongoings. We have Ewoks, and then we have the Star Wars, the main Star Wars ongoing. So, but is the story really good, though? It's a little goofy. Tebow, Wicket, and Nisa are hunting at 3.5, are hunting, and this is, I'm sorry, 3.5, this is 3.5 years before Episode 4. So, comics, cartoon, and then you have all that. So basically, Nisa steps on a poison thorn, and there is a way to save her. It seems like there's no hope, but so the Wicket and Tebow go to this old ancient, Ewok prophet or old man, and basically, he's basically saying, look. They have to go and get a Sunny Dew plant, and it's across the, of course, Rainbow Bridge. So, Gantu, the Ogi, or I think that's how you pronounce it, has stolen the crystal that basically creates this bridge, and so as you can see, it starts to disappear right here. And so Wicket and Tebow get this crystal. They go across. They meet the sentient rocks, which is a little strange. But these rocks get up and they start talking. And basically they're chased by Ogi, who's this ogre-like creature, as you can see here, and basically he gets spilled on with this nectar, which is what you need from this plant, because he's obviously taken it all, and basically Nisa lives, la 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 la, and yeah, that's kind of the end of the story. It's like, look, your bag's glowing. Oh, we have the plant. We'll give it to Nisa, and all is well in Ewok land. And that's the end of the story. This was broken up into different parts. So you had, there were 3 parts in it. So you had part 1, which was called In the Rainbow Bridge, which was the start of it. Then you had a Stone's Throne, the Rainbow Bridge Part 2. And then you have the End of the Rainbow Bridge Part 3. So it's broken up into different parts. Basically, maybe it was I think it was more so to pace, their younger children readers. Maybe they were trying to say, okay, you can stop here, read this, take a break, come back, just to try and help pacing. Because as a kids, it might have seemed overwhelming, even though it really, again, most of us who are adults or young adults, it's not really a hard read, but for kids, hey, maybe it is, because that's really what this is targeted for. So, Ewoks #1. Is this an essential read? No. No, it's not. A lot of these stories are not. I'll just say that right now. It's really more so up to you if you desire to go and read them and to check them out. Personally, as an EU fan, as an EU collector, this is obviously something that I wanted to have. I didn't really grow up with these cartoons. I remember that at the video store, that's a very old-fashioned word, but when I would go to the video store, old-fashioned phrase, but when I would go, I would see them on the rack, and I guess even as a kid, I was just kind of like, they look a little bit kiddie. I remember getting them and watching them, and maybe if I'd grown up with them, at a very, very young age when they were first on TV, maybe. But for whatever reason, I just never really got the appeal to them. I never really desired to go and invest in that. So, to me, it's not really that much of a thing. Especially at the time, there was a lot of Star Wars stuff out there. So going back to an old 80s cartoon for someone like me, even in the, late 90s, early 2000s, it just didn't seem that much of an appeal to me. So anyways, but I have it because it's part of the EU. It is, it is part of Legends. It is canon in that, and therefore I want it. And I am very happy to have it. They're not terrible stories, but they're not, amazing either. So it's really up to you if you want to read it. You're not going to miss anything. Like I said, there's really not that many connections or anything. But it is, it's a fun read. And for children, hey, it might be something they might like, which supposedly, not supposedly, I will be, I'm sure, be using this for my children in the coming months. So anyways, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. And I will see you next time with another episode of the Star Wars Library.